After 5.5 weeks of war, we've now entered on Shvi Shel Pesach, a 2-week period of ceasefire, and already the media machines are working within Israel, with the politics and the elections in the air. Those on the side of the government are counting the tremendous achievements that have been done. Those wishing to replace the government and the Prime Minister have begun a whole machine of spinning a different narrative. In the United States, there have been some against the war from the beginning, and even those who are for the war now, all types of different media narratives about the achievements or non-achievements of this war. You see, we so often get caught up in the here and now. But what we need to do with the sense of Jewish history at this monumental time of Pesach, the Omer, as we count up to Yom HaAtzmaut, Yom Yerushalayim, Shavuot, this incredible time, is to take a step back and to look not at the microcosm and the political divisiveness of this or that policy or the achievement of this or that mission, but what we are actually living through, the enormity of the miracle that we are living through. You see, this week is Yom HaShoah. And Yom HaShoah, as we know, when the German ideological machine of destruction and annihilation of the Nazis began to move through Europe in 1939 against the Jews, within 6 years, there was nobody to stop them until the Allied force together with the Soviets stopped them. 60 million plus dead in Europe, 6 million Jews. We all know what happened. The Jewish people, the state of Israel, once again on October 7th, faced an existential threat. We hadn't faced such a threat in 50 years since the Yom Kippur War, almost exactly to the day. And here Islam, radical Islam of Iran, the Iranian regime of the Ayatollahs, in this radical intonation of it, had been building their proxies around Israel, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, as we know, and developing a nuclear bomb where they unashamedly said from every platform that they would direct it against Israel. And yes, on October 7th, Israel experienced a pogrom of the proportions that we saw in the Shoah in terms of the wiping out of a shtetl of 1,500 people, 1,200 people killed in the most horrific ways, and 251 taken hostage. And in the most, we all know the barbaric, horrendous scenes of that day. The difference, though, that since that day, over 900 days, yes, there was an attempt to destroy Israel, and heaven forbid another day that's what could have happened. But for now, over 900 days, thank God, we live in an era where we now have a state of Israel. Because you see, with the Shoah, where 6 million were killed, it came at the back of pogroms and inquisitions and crusades and Khamenei massacres. And the Jewish people were not blessed, unfortunately, in our wandering state of statelessness with the ability to defend ourselves. God has blessed us. Over the last 78 years, we now have the ability on a collective level to defend ourselves. And that's what we have been doing now for over 900 days. Who would have believed what has happened over here? That not only Sinwar and Def Yamach Shamam and Nasrallah and the situation that Hezbollah is in and Hamas is in, but look at Iran. Who would have believed there's not been such coordination between two allied armies, between Israel and between the United States, fighting against that very regime of radical Islam, which threatens not only Israel, but the entire free world. And look what has been achieved. Look what has happened to their arsenal. Look what has happened to their leadership. Yes, there's a long way to go. And yes, there are challenges and we don't know how it'll end. But Ein Bal Hanes Makir Beniso, we have to step out, especially at this time of the festivals, and appreciate the enormity of the time we live in. I want to end and say, I was thinking to myself over Pesach, I don't know if the state of Israel has had one day of peace. Since the very founding, we were attacked by 6 to 7 Arab armies on the day of our founding, the very next day. And every day there have been forces within Israel and outside trying to destroy Israel, trying to kill Jews every single day. Every single day. The difference is, thank God, we have a state of Israel. We have an army. We live in a different era, and we are so blessed to live in this era. Our son Daniel wrote in his diary that came back from Nachal Oz that what inspired him to become a soldier and an officer was that when he went to Poland for the first time in grade 11 and saw what happened, he wrote in his diary, he said, the degradation, what they did to us, he said, it's unimaginable until he saw it for the first time. And then he wrote to himself, realizing that he had the opportunity as a young 17-year-old to play his role in Jewish destiny. He wrote, Im lo ani, azmi, if not me, then who? And how blessed we are to live in this generation of so many people putting their lives on the line, of the Jewish people collectively being able to stand up for ourselves and to play a role not only to defend ourselves, but with the world's superpower to free the world of these radical annihilationist regimes that, given half the chance, not only will destroy their own people, but anyone who opposes them. How blessed we are to live in an era, especially as we remember this coming week, the memories of the 6 million, and especially as we go through this period of challenging memory, how blessed we are to live in such an era that is arguably amongst the greatest eras of all of Jewish history. Shabbat Shalom.